Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alrighty people, it looks like we are live. It is just after 5:30, rock and roll. I feel as I've got my voice back. And what a momentous day it has been today. Oh my god, look at that. Price is going down on Prev. It looks to me like there's some shitcoin shenanigans going on because these shitcoiners don't like the fact that we have now got more data and weight on the chain than they have because they are a shitcoin. Check it out. Here we go. For any shitcoiners who didn't see this earlier, let me just show you what happened. Check it out. Look at this. The Bitcoin SV blockchain has grown by 4 megabytes more than the core coin chain because the core coin chain is a piece of shit. Shout out to Neezy and Matty Ray in the house as well. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can just get through the show just because there's all these articles coming out that I wanted to get through. So we're going to see if we can get through them. But just for a few lulls, check this out. Loving that. One of our BSVers, next to 50 Cent with his Bitcoin SV t-shirt on. Loving that. I think we're going to change his name to 50 Sats. 50 Sats instead of 50 Cent. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. Yes, indeed. Right. So, let's crack on. Some of these articles. I mean, because I haven't read these yet. Obviously, I saved them for the live shows. So there was one about derivatives that I wanted to go over, and when I saw it, I was like, "Now we're talking. Now we are talking." Right, let's have a look. See if we can find this bad boy. Oh, what's this about BitMEX? BitMEX founders hit with yet another RICO suit. Criminal trial set for March 2022. Oh, dear, oh dear. Those other shitcoiners should have learnt by now, really. But, shitcoiners shit for brains. I don't know what it's gonna take until they're actually sat in jail. Like, how did I get here? Well, you broke the law. Here we go. Right, let's see if we can find this one. I know it's around here somewhere. It's to do with derivatives. Where's it gonna be? It was something about. Oh, seriously? It's not going to be in events. Find it somewhere. Something to do with somebody saying, like, derivatives market, and I was just like, now we're talking. That's more like it. Yeah, interviews done, not those. Oh, I've got videos on there, very good. Right, let's start from scratch then, shall we? Israel, BitMEX. Hey, right. Oh, here we go. Blockchain to disrupt. This is now we're talking. Now we are talking. These are the kind of numbers that we want to hear about. Blockchain to disrupt. 867 trillion, and remember the derivatives market is said to be between 800 trillion and $1 quadrillion. And this is what blockchain is going to disrupt. So let's see what it says here. So $867 trillion in derivatives, debt markets, and asset management. World Economic Forum. Whoa, they're a bad lot, I'll tell you that much. Here we go. So, blockchain technology has the potential to disrupt an $867 trillion market, a report by the World Economic Forum has revealed. The report looked at the integration of blockchain in derivatives, debt markets, asset management, securitized products, and more. Titled Digital Assets, Distributed Ledger Technology and the Future of Capital Markets, the 100-page report sought to provide policymakers, regulators and executives with insights on the emerging use cases of distributed ledger technology in capital markets. Distributed ledger technology is beginning to reshape capital markets, but the future is uncertain, the report stated, adding market forces supported by regulatory and technical developments are pushing participants in capital markets to digitize and consider the use of distributed ledger technology. Again, it's all coming to Bitcoin. It's all coming to Bitcoin. Haha, we know it. They just don't know it yet. How amazing does that feel? The integration of distributed ledger technology in capital markets has received a boost in recent times from some tailwinds that include a growing interest in digital assets among retail and institutional investors. There's also a growing regulatory comfort with distributed ledger technology across several jurisdictions. Additionally, there have been a number of technical developments that have led to platform consolidation and a growing maturity that have attracted investors. One of these areas distributed ledger technology will transform radically is the equities market, according to the World Economic Forum report. Globally, traded equities account for over $95 trillion in market cap. Some of the emerging DLT's use cases in this sector include replatforming existing post-trade infrastructure, the implementation of digital platforms and that cover full securities life cycle, and the issuance of equity tokens on the blockchain. In debt markets, blockchain has the potential to disrupt the bonds outstanding sector, which the World Economic Forum estimates at around $106 trillion. Market participants can use blockchain technology to develop platforms for digital bond issuance, have distributed order books for bond trading, and create standalone blockchain bond issuance platforms. The biggest capital market blockchain technology can disrupt is the derivatives market. The World Economic Forum believes. It estimates the sector to be worth $560 trillion. DLT can be used to develop platforms on over-the-counter derivatives, as well as platforms for managing collateral for cleared derivatives and exchange-traded derivatives. The report also looked at the challenges hindering blockchain adoption. They include a lack of business cases and leadership buy-in, regulatory uncertainty, and limited risk appetite among many corporates. The World Economic Forum conducted the study in partnership with the Boston Consulting Group. Commenting on the report, the Boston Consulting Group's managing director, Kay Burchardi, stated, DLT has come of its age. It begins to enhance efficiencies, reduce operating costs, and create new business models in capital markets. But the use cases and solutions are respective to each asset class. For capital markets to unilaterally adopt DLT, they will require cross-institutional alignment to realize the game-changing market opportunities it can offer. And again, they don't understand that Bitcoin is a network. It's Bitcoin that economically sustains its network. Everything will run on Bitcoin because it is literally a more secure version of the internet. It is a commercial internet. You're not just like a social platform internet. It is literally the future of everything, as Craig had said in one of his interviews. It is amazing. Amazing. Oh, just looking at the price tanking there on Preve. Let's have a look, see what's going on. Just quickly, because I like being nosy. I'll have a look at TDXP apps, see if they're pushing the market down. Here we go. On Trading View. We need that one, thank you. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Huh. So this is BT. Oh, we don't want that one. We want BTC BSV, please. If we can find that. No, it's around here somewhere. That's the one. Let's see what's going on here. Wait for this chart to come of age. Let's see what is up with what is going down. Again, I mean, these shitcoiners, they literally don't know anything about Bitcoin. So all they're doing, all they know is price. They don't understand the fundamentals. They don't really understand the technicals of it. Literally, they have no clue about what it is. So literally, all they can do is mess around with the price. And look at that. That's what they're doing. Oh, it's bounced back up again. Oh dear. Look, they are trying to force the price down. You know, in comparison to BTC here. Huh. They have no idea. It's so funny. They can't do it. Well, like, they can't do it for long because the only way they can do it is maybe like, pushing the price of BTC up. But the only way they can do that is by printing more USD, which they can't do forever. They will be stopped. It's absolutely insane what they're trying to do. I mean, this is just hilarious. You know, but I mean, again, when I say they're trying to push it down, it's probably a combination of short traders and also trading bots as well. You know, if BTC starts tanking, because everybody knows it's an absolute piece of shit. So it really is going to be fascinating to watch. Like, literally, you know, hang on to your seats, people. We know what's coming. And again, you know, intelligent people are going to start listening to my shows. The one I did this morning got really good reviews on. Again, breaking more records. I'll have a look at this. Check it out. So on to YouTube. YouTube Studio, that's what we're after. And on the dashboard. Look at that, look at that, you can see it. Look at that. All these explosions going off on that video. Oh, in fact, let's refresh that and have that again. Just for anybody who missed it. Huh. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Another subscriber as well. Great stuff. 87 views already. Yeah, loving that. Go to rankings. Look at that there. Look. So 4 hours, 20 minutes. It's had 85 views, which is a new record. Up the top here, look at that, 85 in comparison to 71. Don't know how I'm going to keep doing that. Literally like breaking records every day. You know, feeling the pressure. But yeah, loving that. So Yeah, there was more articles. Well, again, I mean, I've read quite a few. But yeah, that one was one that I really wanted to see. Let's have a look at this one. BMX founders. Oh dear. Check it out. BMX founders hit with yet another RICO suit. Criminal trial set for March 2022. BMX and its trio of founders, Arthur Hayes, Benjamin Dello and Samuel Reed, are facing yet another RICO lawsuit in California, as shown by court documents filed Wednesday. The lawsuit is filed by Anatoly Sorokin, who is being represented by Pavel Podgodin, the same attorney who filed the prior civil RICO suits against BitMEX and its staff. As such, the allegations are for the most part the same in those cases. It accuses the defendants of deliberately designing BitMEX from the ground up with the purpose to engage in, facilitate, aid, abet, counsel, induce and or procure a pyramid or a myriad of illegal activities, including the intentional evasion of mandatory financial controls, including failing to implement any KYC or AML checks. Its failure to do this facilitated, often intentionally, market manipulators and money launderers on the exchange. It alleges that BitMEX would intentionally take the BitMEX platform offline during market manipulation events to exacerbate retail trade losses, weaponizing deliberate server freezes, making the platform an exquisite designer tool for unsavory actors to launder funds and manipulate cryptocurrency markets. It also details a broader scheme to conceal the true nature of the funds earned from the market manipulation and money laundering being orchestrated by BitMEX by using fraudulent shell companies in the US to facilitate a real investment scheme which would disguise the true source of the money. Outrageous, all this dirty laundry coming out in the wash. However, the lawsuit also introduces new counts not present in the other suits, alleging additional violations of the Commodities Exchange Act and California Civil Code. Chiefly fraudulent solicitation, fraud and willful deception. In effect, the plaintiffs is accusing the defendant of using fraud and deception to entice the plaintiff to trade on their platform. This was done through a laundry list of material misrepresentations, half-truths and omissions, including warranties contained in the BitMEX service agreement, and BitMEX did not trade against its own customers. The lawsuit has also been expanded to induce reference to discoveries made in Podgodin's other lawsuits against BitMEX. It remarks that attempts by BitMEX to get the case thrown out on the basis that US customers were prohibited from using the platform spectacularly imploded after the plaintiffs' counsel discovered that BitMEX top 3 leaderboard traders were all US residents who alone generated over $100 million in trading profits for BitMEX. Dear oh dear, it gets worse and worse. This is particularly damning considering one of the defendants, Samuel Reed, is on record in his deposition with the CFTC prior to his indictment that he did not know of any reports maintained by BitMEX which identified US customers on the platform. So he's saying he didn't know about it and yet they're on the leaderboard. Oh dear. As with the other plaintiffs, Soroskin is principally asking for damages through, in this case, he makes specific requests for the payment of his net trading losses and wrongfully collected commissions. This suit is only the latest to be filed by former users of BitMEX, and it won't be the last. In addition to the outstanding civil suits, the defendants, founders Arthur Hayes, Benjamin Dello and Samuel Reed, are now set to face trial in March 2020 in the criminal federal case against them, according to a court filing on Tuesday. It looks like they're going to use BitMEX to set the examples. Dear oh dear, all these other. I mean, like we know that Binance is literally doing all this shit that BitMEX was doing, and CZ is still operating and still in denial about what he's doing. You know, literally just utter contempt for the US justice system. Really. You know, it's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. Let's have a look, see what else there was. I love this space, honestly. Hungary considers digital currency investor tax cut for COVID stimulus. South Korea clamps down on digital currency phishing activities. Good. Binance under investigation by the IRS and DOJ. Oh dear. Here we go. Binance under investigation by IRS and Department of Justice. Binance is under investigation by the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, and the US Department of Justice, according to a report by Bloomberg. Though nothing has been announced by either government department, the report says that the Justice Department's Bank Integrity Unit, who are in charge of international money laundering cases, are at least partly at the head of the investigation. If the focus of the investigation is indeed money laundering, this would align with figures published by Chainalysis in 2020, which showed that 27.5% of the $2.8 billion worth of criminal BTC tracked in 2019 ended up on Binance's exchange, the single biggest recipient of illicit BTC that year. Oh dear, it just gets worse. An absolute shit show, but I mean, fascinating to watch. Who needs television? Who needs TV soaps when you've got stuff like this going on? This is fantastic. It would also line up with earlier reports that Binance was being investigated by the Commodities Future Trading Commission for potentially serving citizens of New York State in contravention of digital asset laws, which would open the door to specific and serious violations of the CSTC regime. Though the investigation is currently confidential and has yet to be confirmed by officials, it is not surprising. It's not surprising. There has been considerable smoke surrounding Binance in the past few years. In addition to the aforementioned Chainalysis figures and the CFTC's investigation, Binance also appeared in everything but name in a report. By the Intergovernmental Financial Action Task Force. As an exchange known to shop around different jurisdictions in order to avoid more stringent requirements of the US and find the least regulated market available. The investigation will be welcomed by those pushing for a more honest industry. I mean, he has no idea what's coming for him. Like, either it's arrogance or ignorance, or maybe both. You know, it's really not looking good. I mean, they honestly thought they were going to get away with it. Like, honestly, you know. The BitMEX fiasco was in large part started by investigations by the DOJ and CFTC. The chain of events from that point on were catastrophic for that company. Its founders were indicted and a cascade of civil suits has been filed by users of the platform. Where is this one headed? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Honestly, I love this space. Honestly, I do. I do love it. There's just so much going on. So much going on. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's have a look at some of our favourite shitcoin platforms. Here we go. Coin Telegraph. They do produce amusing articles here. Vortex report. Damn it, Musk. Now you're messing with Ava 2. Oh, seriously? Oh dear, Elon Musk, honestly. Solana pumps all-time high. Who cares? Regulators are coming for crypto. What investors need to know. Ooh. Inflation winds stiffen as Bitcoin ballasts on balance sheet proves its value. Oh, yeah. Financial Action Task Force draft guidance for targets DeFi with compliance. DeFi and COVID-19 blockchain events make an in-person return. I wonder if that's anything related to the Miami conference that's coming up. Yeah, that's going to be another massive shit show. I mean, how are all these people going to explain what's happened to Corecoin? You know, when they've been like leading the charge to like basically misguiding people, telling them that they actually know what they're talking about. When we know that they're talking absolute shit, like literally absolute shit. You know. Kusama, oh dear, crypto industry, whatever. Absolute shit show. It's all about whales and price. I mean, there's just no fundamental analysis in any of this, you know. Yeah, let's see what this one says here. Regulators are coming for crypto. What investors need to know. Increasingly sophisticated and constructive regulation for digital assets promotes innovation and helps economies to flourish. Is that right? Just this week, Ether breached the $4,000 mark, while Coolcoin, the world's most popular cryptocurrency, recently hit another all-time high over $63,000. Meanwhile, Doge continues its rollercoaster ride after Dogfather Elon Musk's appearance on Saturday Night Live, and news about digital artwork fetching eye-watering prices in the form of non-fungible tokens is all over the airwaves. Crypto is hot whether you like it or not. Still, not everyone is convinced. Janet Yellen, the newly minted United States Secretary of the Treasury, previously questioned the legitimacy and stability of cryptocurrency as a store of value. Well, exactly. It hasn't got any value. That's why they're questioning it. They just don't understand how. We know how. I can explain it to them. After all, it was only 3 years ago when we saw the last Bitcoin bubble burst after a meteoric rise in 2017, which saw BTC crest the $20,000 mark in a 2018 sell-off, cratered the asset and attracted tulip mania comparisons. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's why it was called the Tulip Trust. Yeah, there's a lot in that article, but somebody else sent me I think it was a Bloomberg article. Let's have a quick look. Oh, Captain wanted to go live. Great stuff. Let me just check to see if he is live. Hold on one sec. If he is, I'll quit the show and jump on his. Yeah, let's have a quick look. It's Bitcoin SV channel, isn't it? Bitcoin SV channel. Is he going live yet? Is he live? He might well be. Right, folks. Tell you what I'll do is I'll end this show here and I shall jump on with Captain shortly. Exciting times. I'll see you over there. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.